Now for the weekend, the same area of low pressure with us initially. Something of a drier, brighter slice of weather for Sunday morning ahead of the next weather system that comes in through Sunday afternoon. So I think over the weekend, expect further outbreaks of rain at times. There'll be a lot of cloud around on Saturday. Best chance of seeing something a bit drier and brighter Sunday morning before rain returns. And then looking at the weather prospects into next week, it looks like we'll start to see colder air sink southwards again. So a return of some hill snow in northern Scotland.
Hello, welcome. I'm Kasia Madera. This is Outside Source. Fears of a full-blown banking crisis as shares in the Swiss giant Credit Suisse plunge days after the collapse of America's Silicon Valley Bank. Britain's finance minister unveils his first spring budget with big changes to childcare, pensions and benefits.
Today, we build for the future. With inflation down, debt falling and growth up, the declinists are wrong and the optimists are right.
We'll have lots of analysis of the Chancellor's new plans. Also coming up on the programme, police in Pakistan halt their operation to arrest former Prime Minister Imran Khan after clashes between police and his supporters. Welcome. We start with the troubled global banking sector. European markets have closed down more than 3%. They've been spooked by a major sell-off of shares in the Swiss banking giant Credit Suisse. Now, coming days after the collapse of the US-based Silicon Valley Bank, it's prompted fears of a full-blown crisis in the sector. So let's take a look at the damage at the close of the European markets today. Well, shares in Credit Suisse plunged to a record low, falling 24%. Now, that came after its biggest investor said it could not give the bank any more financial help. Here in the UK, the insurer Prudential tumbled 10% and the high street bank Barclays fell 8%. The plunge by banking stocks left London's FTSE 100 index down almost 4%, its lowest level this year. Today was the worst performance for the index, which lists the 100 largest companies on the London Stock Exchange since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. Well, let's get a little closer look at Credit Suisse, because today we saw the second day of sharp falls for its shares, and that's after the Swiss bank yesterday disclosed its auditor had identified material weaknesses in its financial reporting controls. Its biggest shareholder is the Saudi National Bank, and it holds almost 10% of the Swiss bank. It now says it can't increase its stake on regulatory grounds. Our business presenter Ben Thompson looks at Credit Suisse's growing problems.
There are very specific reasons that Credit Suisse is finding itself in this position. You may remember the Greensill scandal. It was caught up in that. There were big issues over Mozambique, its investments there. It was also convicted in last year, in the summer of last year, of failing to prevent money laundering. It unveiled a big turnaround plan. It announced a $4 billion loss last year. Speculation clearly over its financial health, whether it could meet those repayments, whether it could meet those loans. And now just the latest suggestions in its delayed company report that it was reporting of material weakness.